You have an idea of a company, you have an idea of you think somebody's going to want. You don't actually know if it's true. And you don't really know if it's true until you go out and try to get somebody to pay money to buy it from you. I started with a group of engineers. I was the only non-engineer, even though I have an engineering degree. I haven't really practiced engineering, so I'm no longer could qualify as an engineer in the truest sense of the word. I spent most of that first year and a half selling early, starting to think about who's the target customer, what's that profile look like, and a realization, especially for a B2B business, there's a lot of direct interaction with the customer. And so you've got to do a bunch of things, help you figure out how you're going to get that product market fit. One of the things that I think is a common misnomer is, and I think it's a question that comes all the time, how do you know you have product market fit? And I don't think that's actually the best question. I think what's really important is, what is the process? How are you going to go about learning how you're going to get product market fit? Because product market, hard work, it's intelligence, it's luck. You can't control everything there. But the process you go through and figuring out how to get a product market fit for a B2B company, I think is something that can be done. And you can't dictate the outcome, but you can dictate the process. In its simplest form, and you see this illustrated if you talk about people doing fundraising, say, what's your elevator pitch? I don't think that's good enough. So the way you think about it is, you get 5 seconds to get somebody to listen for 15 seconds. And in 15 seconds to get a minute, and a minute to actually ask for a meeting to talk about what you do. So those 3 sessions, and ultimately the pitch that you're going to give them to get them to buy the product, those have to be scripted. And you don't have to wait to have the product that you want to sell to do those scripts. You can go test them and start learning and iterating. And I actually wrote those scripts out really early on. I was the only one doing that. I was the sales development rep, the SDR. I was the SDR that would give them the 15-second pitch. I was the one that would do the 1-minute pitch. And then I did an interesting thing. I created an alter ego early on that was not me as the CEO, but me as a salesperson. I called that person Brian Robinson. And I was Brian Robinson doing the sales pitch, because for some customers, you get a different dynamic when it's the CEO selling. But when it's this sales guy, and I would do that pitch and do it as Brian Robinson. And it also afforded me, if people would ask for discounts or they'd want help, I could say, I got to go talk to the CEO and we'll see what he can do. And I did get caught once. I fessed up immediately, but it happens. But it put in me that idea that I'm not the CEO selling right now. What does that pitch got to look like? It's the story itself, not my personality or not my title is not going to get me the meeting. And wrote those scripts, did them myself before I hired anybody, and said many, many times, iterated on that. And even after I started hiring people into those specific positions, still participated fairly actively in selling right along with those people and listening to them. But I also reserved, even as we're still learning that product market fit as I hired people, I reserved about 20% of the capacity for an alternate script. And then I would once a quarter, I'd hold a free day. Everybody can try their own script and tell me what worked. It can't be what we do now. And just trying to find ways to iterate and create that rapid learning dynamic. I think I articulate to people, you can't dictate the outcome you're going to get product market fit. You're not guaranteed to get it. But what you can do is control the process and be as efficient as possible about what doesn't work. And it can be frustrating and painful, because I guarantee you, anybody that does this, you will get a lot more about what doesn't work than what does work. You may go through hundreds of iteration of what doesn't work until you find what does work.